Alright guys, today I'm going to be replacing the carburetor on my Husqvarna lawnmower. This, I'm not sure what's going on with it. I've rebuilt it a couple times, but it's starving for fuel, even though it's getting plenty of fuel. So I got one of these cheap kits on Amazon. I think it was like 15 bucks. It comes with a carburetor, valve, which I don't need, spark plug, hose, filter, and air filter. So I'm gonna take this off real quick and just show you guys what I do. My little tricks, because there is a lot of gaskets between all the carburetors and everything. So I just pop off. Old air filter is dirty. Throw that away. There's two 10mm bolts to hold everything on. Just pull them, set them aside. You're gonna reuse them. The air box, let's throw it aside, and then make sure the fuel is off. Take a little clip off. You should be able to pull the hose off this point. Some fuel will probably come out. Come on, hose. I save all my gaskets just in case. I just set them aside. Make sure you pay attention to how they went on. So there's quite a bit of gaskets on this. This is a valve for controlling the choke. This has an automatic choke on it. And for this, what I do is I unhook the spring. And then you just tilt the carburetor sideways and pull it off. And there's no fuel coming out of this thing. So something's definitely wrong with this one. I said I'm not sure what. I've taken it apart, it looks fine inside, but there's some piece of trash somewhere. So it's just cheaper to replace the carburetor these days instead of getting a rebuild kit. The rebuild kit's actually more than the carburetor is, which doesn't make sense to me, but that's the way it is these days. So, alright, let me go get the gaskets, and I'll show you my little trick. Alright, so the kit comes with extra gaskets for different models. So this is one of the reasons I keep the old gaskets. Let's see. So I'm just going to pull these out and lay them out here. Match up my old gaskets. Alright, so I don't need that one, it's square. That's for the front. Let's see something. Where's the back of this? So the last kit I got, I didn't like one of the gaskets. I didn't feel like it lined up correctly. This one's, that one's not correct. this way, see what happens. Okay, I'm just going to use little ones. I'm going to use this big one. I don't need it. It looks like it lines up correctly, but so do all these. This is the same ones I had before. So here's what I do. I take a junk piece of cardboard, and I have a little grease gun, and I just pump some grease on it. This makes it easier, so I don't have to sit there and mess with the grease gun as I'm going. And what I do is I take the gasket, make sure I have it lined up correctly. And then I just take the grease and I rub it on the gasket. If there's too much, or it'll squeeze out the sides, and it won't hurt anything. And you just push it down. Make sure everything's lined up. This also makes it easier for the next time you take it apart. Wipe the grease on. Your holes were lined up. You got in the right position. The grease will not hurt the engine either. So that's done. One more gasket. It's on the wrong side. That's alright. So I'm just gonna flip it over, smear it around. Stick it on, flip it over. Push it down. Alright, it should be good to go. I should put a rag over here. There's So here's the tricky part. Putting this all back together. Because it's only 2 bolts, it kind of makes it a little difficult. What I do is I stack everything up. Oh, that's not correct. Connector linkage. The cable goes in the first hole. The second hole is for the spring. Just turn it sideways, put it in there, and then tilt it up a little bit. Hook it in. And you're gonna set it right here. Yes, it's gonna be a pain because I put grease on both sides. All right. Your filter box, you can connect your hose afterwards. You don't have to connect it now. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, I think. Alright, it's a little long. Let me get something and cut it real quick. Nice. Alright. Got something to cut the hose. It doesn't have to be perfect. You have a little bit of room. There we go. Make sure to move the clamp over. I'm gonna go ahead and connect this. I think it might be easier for the first time. The other hose was older. It was a little more pliable. Make sure all your linkage is still attached. Do one more check, make sure it's lined up. Piece it together. This one's gonna be a pain. Like I said, I had to grease on both sides and I wasn't planning on it. You can use RTV if you want, but like I said, if you ever have to take it off again, it's not gonna be fun, and you're gonna ruin all your gaskets. This way, if you need to, you can take it apart, and you'll still be able to save your gaskets. There's one through, all the gaskets through. So the last bolt. Try to line up all the holes. Alright, nope, that one came out. Cool. Alright, through both of them. Before you tighten it up, you can kind of peek back here a little bit. There's not a lot of room. Make sure that's it. Everything's good. No gaskets out the bottom. Tighten it up. All right. Fuel lines it. Oh, come on. Clamps are on. Oh, there's one hose in the back for the breather. You can just reach back here and plug it in. It's not hard. Throttle's good. Put the new, I'm gonna go and turn the fuel on. Make sure nothing's leaking. Put the new filter in. There we go. That's all ready. I don't see fuel leaking. give it a second to fill up the bowls. While that's going on, I think I'm gonna go ahead and replace the spark plug since I have a good one. Pretty sure the old one's pretty good still. So it is a 1316 spark plug. Just take the boot off. Goes. What I do is I like to make sure they're the same. This one is a little dirty actually. Huh. Make sure they're the same. Put the new one in. Plugs replaced. Alright. Got fuel. I'm gonna back it up here. Let's see if it fires up. How many pulls we got here? All right. That's it.